Fat loss is difficult sometimes. For some people who may have entered the program with a lot of quote unquote bad habits, like we said before, there's no such thing necessarily as a bad habit, everything serves its purpose, but habits that may not be congruent with losing weight. If you have a lot of them, as we go, all we're trying to do is basically replace and modify those habits to ones which are going to be congruent with you losing weight and keeping that weight off long term. Now, if you have a lot of those, as we go, we're slowly trying to modify and replace them. In terms of these congruent habits, we may need to get to a stage where a lot of those habits are aligned for us to then eventually see progress on the scale. So we may go a few weeks in and we're slowly trying to modify a habit, and on average takes around 66 days, and someone may be very frustrated that they're not actually seeing change in the scale simply because they're not in a position at that moment in time to create a calorie deficit and maintain that consistently for a long period of time, which is fine, but we need to be aware of that. We also need to not simply judge our success off that scale weight alone, because as I said, those habits aren't aligned. We're trying to align them to a place we get to where that scale weight will take care of itself and fall off. These same people a lot of the time will probably have bad experience in regards weight loss, probably associated with a lot of failure and negative emotions. So we need to focus on building a sense of belief and self-efficacy that we can do it. And the way we do that is we look at smaller victories within that program. So within the habits we're trying to build, we look at success based on ingraining those. For example, we may set a goal of someone whose step count may be 4,000. Okay, we're going to try get to 6,000. We've agreed to that. Although our food may be all over the place a little bit, our focus on our steps at that point in time, and if we can ingrain a step count to be around 6,000, perfect. That's a win. So we want to get all these wins up in regards to brain chemistry. That's going to release dopamine, and dopamine will positively reinforce our plan. So now instead of feeling a sense of failure, we're feeling a sense of success, and then we can build on that and build on within our habits. We also want to focus on that topic on other non-scale victories. They may be measurements and pictures, clothes, feeling looser. Now these are subjective again, like I said, to the habits, because these are more outcome focused goals. So these may occur more down the line. However, other stuff that we're definitely in control of and can show us on our way, resting heart rate. As we get fitter, that resting heart rate is going to drop as our heart gets stronger and it be able to produce a higher stroke volume of pumping blood. It has less work to do, which is less strain on the heart. And obviously, if you join the plan to improve how we look, but also how we feel and how your health is, that's going to be a massive one. We can look at our blood pressure. So taking our blood pressure when we start and then do it a few weeks in. If that's dropped, cool. Again, that's less stress on the body and our body's working more efficiently, getting fitter. We can look if you have blood tests previous to this. We can look at eating better and improving those minerals and vitamins and then getting it again. In terms of health, specific markers, lifestyle markers, we could look at cholesterol, HA1C, which kind of marker of inflammation, our triglycerides and other markers of inflammation. And if they're going down, perfect. They are big wins in terms of our health and overall performance. We can look at if we're getting stronger in the gym. Are your weights going up? Is your form feeling better? Are you feeling more mobile, more flexible in the gym? Competency in the gym improving. Are we feeling fitter? If we did a workout at the start and we feel absolutely dead and now we're feeling we can do it, or if in regards to steps we used to feel gassed and now we can do more. If we're doing a cardio session and we can keep our heart rate lower, we feel better, perfect. They're all small non-scale improvements that are absolutely vital. We can look at, are we sleeping better? Are we waking up more refreshed? Are we having dreams? Are we deeper sleep? How is our energy? Is our energy better? Are we getting less crashes throughout the day? Your mental health, are you feeling less anxious, less depressed? Do you feel more at ease? Feeling happier? Our habits become more automatic. Once we start a habit, it's not going to be a case that you go to that maintenance phase of the habit where it becomes automatic, slip up free. There's going to be slip ups in there, but is it becoming more automatic? Are we getting our steps more automatic? Are we Going to the gym at the same time every day, a bit more automatic. Cool, that is a win-win-win, because when we get to the stage we do that completely automatic, we can focus on the next habit. Are we increasing our steps like we said? Are we making better food choices? Are we increasing our protein within those calories? Even though our calories may be a little bit higher for that moment of time, are we starting to get more protein in there? Are we starting to make better choices when we're at dinner? Are we going to make, if we're at a restaurant, we get more protein-based foods? Are we getting more veggies within that? Okay, have a think back to yourself when you started. Would you make that same food choice? Because these are all little wins. And again, these are building the habits that we can lose weight, but more importantly, keep it off. Is our digestion better? Are we less bloated? Are we less gassy? Are we less burpy? Are we going to the toilet more regularly? Are we less blocked up? All these things are absolutely massive in terms of how we feel, but obviously our health as well. Are we drinking more water? Are we doing more of the stress reducing activities? Is our quality of life improving? These are just a few, but very, very vital non-scale victories that we want to actually be aware of and give ourselves the credit for, that we're improving. Think of fat loss like a big puzzle. All we're trying to do is add pieces at a time and slowly bring that together. And when we do, everything is going to happen very, very quick. Okay, but we need to be aware that we're trying to focus on the process that leads to the outcome. And these process-based goals are absolutely vital in terms of fat loss. Trying to pull all these habits together. And as I said, align them with the fact that everything, the scale, etc., will take care of itself. Okay, so have a think success, give yourself credit. Let's get that dopamine signals in your brain peaking and start to positively reinforce this plan. And yes, keep in mind, these non-scale victories will lead up to you having big weight victories.